and you leave the companionship that is supposed to be between you and your wife, and you go and devote that companionship to any other thing. I'm not even talking about person, any other thing. I believe that's cheating. For me, this is how the Holy Spirit convicted me of cheating. For example, there was a time I was addicted to chess.
I remember.
So it meant that
Just for the record.
Oh, so you remember when you were cheating with chess?
God. Yes, I remember.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Young Christian and Married podcast. And as always, I'm your host, Benjamin Emmanuel. Today, I have very wonderful friends with me that will be dissecting a very, 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 very strong and diverse topic with me. And today, we'll be talking about why do married men cheat? It's a serious one, this one now. And with me, I have very wonderful friends. Very wonderful, believing Christian friends with me to talk about this. So I have Mr. Victor Obute.
the storyteller, right?
Yes, is Obute the storyteller.
Yep.
That's Mr. Axel. He's a very wonderful poet.
Why are you adding wonderful? It's okay.
And that's Pastor Victor Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will never accept the pastor, but he's a pastor. The Lord is with him. And he will help us to see this topic from the pastoral perspective. So, guys.
I have a problem. The first problem is this is the young, we are all young, true.
Yeah.
This is the Christian, we're all Christian.
Yeah.
This is the married, what's he doing here?
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Like, what's he doing
He's
here?
just here as a pastor.
Can you imagine? I don't know
So
what
we
I'm
just-
doing here.
Well,
going up.
the truth of the matter is that this topic is something that even a single person can talk about.
Nah,
we all
I'm choosing to see him as background, but it's fine.
Oh my God. We all have
You for
one
sure this
person
man
or
has
the
a
other,
beard.
one married person or the other around us. And we've seen cheating, especially in marriage, is something that unfortunately it is common around. Every one of us has experienced maybe an uncle, a brother, a sister, a friend, a big bros, a cousin that has gone through that. If it's not the man, it is the woman. There is always one experience that we've had with cheating. And we have singles that are coming into marriage very, very soon. And they already have a mindset because of what they already know as regards the society. So we need Victor Samuel to look at it from that point of view and see if at the end of the day we are going to be accepting that mindset they have, or we're going to change it and give them a mindset that they are supposed to have when coming into marriage. Because we have, so we are talking now. So we have this notion that the women have, or the single girls have now, that as long as they take care of you, you know, the big money come out, it's providing, men will always cheat. So just prepare your mind for cheating. Cheating should not be the reason why you leave your marriage. We have all those notions everywhere now. Okay, so that is the mindset that many of our young girls are using to enter into marriage, that cheating is acceptable. It's in the nature of a man to cheat. So it's a mindset of the younger ones, and we are going to handle this issue from there into the reason why it happens. Should it be happening? So what do we do now that it's happening? How should we react to things like this?
Yeah.
What can we do to make it better? So that is all that we are going to look at today. But first, we need to establish what is cheating. Cheating, is it adultery?
Sorry. I think before we establish that, let's talk about what you think or why you think mind men cheat.
Why you
Hey.
think my men cheat?
Okay.
Which is the reasons. So from the reasons, we just get to going to
Okay.
defining it.
All right. So I might tell you that my men cheat because they no longer love their wife.
That's what you think.
But then, Axel, we all have this notion that cheating is adultery
And
when it comes to marriage.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
Many
Yeah,
people
I
have the
agree.
notion that
Yes.
your man is cheating on you is because he has slept with another woman
Yeah, I
outside.
agree.
But is that all it is about cheating?
No.
That's not all it is.
So that's why we have to define.
So that's why we have to defend the cheating
I
first.
agree.
When we defend cheating, we'll not talk about why. Yeah?
Mhm.
So if cheating is not all adultery, then what is cheating? From your perspective into marriage, like okay, I guess I need to ask this question. You plan to get married? We are not all
Very
against
valid.
you.
Wow.
We are not
This
all
is why you guys brought me
against
to
you.
this
No,
podcast.
we are not all against you, but you plan to get
I
married,
feel
sir.
like you guys planned this.
Yeah, it definitely.
course,
It's unfortunate for you
It's
that
not, you
you
know.
are the one single person
let's
among married
be known,
men.
I'm in a courtship
Mm.
and I'll be getting married.
Come
This
on
is
now.
good.
Soon, really
Yo.
You see?
soon.
So
Free invitation.
it's already in the pedestal. You have not
Yeah, it's
reached
in the pipeline.
Yes. So before you get to the flow stations,
Wow.
what's your thinking about what cheating
So
is?
I think it's even interesting and good that we define what cheating is before we even put it inside the container of marriage,
Mm.
right? So the thoughts that we're having around this was already the fact that cheating on its own is like one of us said, is like a tree. It's you say the vine or the trunk of the tree. And then every manifestation of cheating is what you have as the branches, whether it's emotional cheating or adultery, as the case may be.
Physical.
You understand? Because, for example, in a premarital courtship, for example, we don't call it. You call it adultery?
No,
It's not adultery. You understand? But it is cheating.
It's
We
funny.
don't get-
It's
we don't
not
know-
an adult tree, it's a baby tree.
It's funny.
You understand? Maybe it's a baby tree, but that already gives us an understanding that adultery is one of the many ways that cheating
Yeah.
can happen. So basically, if you check the English dictionary, cheating is defrauding a person, taking advantage of a person. Really, it stems from selfishness.
Yeah.
Right? It stems from selfishness. You want to take advantage of a person or a loophole to gain an advantage. I say loophole because even in the context of a committed relationship, you want to bypass the commitment that you've made and then satisfy your own self at the detriment of the trust that the person has put in you. So you are taking advantage of a loophole. Maybe the person is not aware. That's a loophole. You understand? Or you're lying to the person. That's also like a loophole. So cheating itself is wrong. Morally, it's wrong. It's defrauding another person, taking advantage of a person. And yeah. So
it's not all about adultery.
I know it's
No,
adultery is one
cheating
of
is
its
in
many
different forms.
So
I
you
think
have
it's in different
emotional.
forms. I feel like personally, with this, and this is my bias, and I've said it before, and you people have attacked me. I feel like everybody cheats. Like, I know that
I agree.
we are Christian
All
men.
men
I
cheat.
agree.
Wait, let me explain.
That's what you're saying.
We are all Christian men. And in the context of what the world defines as cheating, if you just tell someone now, this person has cheated, the first thing that comes to their mind, like you said earlier, was that the person has gone to go and have sex or, relations with another person. But I feel like God placed, as married men, we understand the role of our wives, right, in our lives. And it's a similitude. It's like an analogy of our relationship with the Holy Spirit, as it were, right? And they have distinct roles. They have supply that they give.
Yes.
And we are supposed to enjoy that supply. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give an example. If your wife is your gist body, right? You enjoy relationship, you enjoy companionship there. And you leave the companionship that is supposed to be between you and your wife. And you go and devote that companionship to any other thing. I'm not even talking about person, any other thing. I believe that's cheating. For me, this is how the Holy Spirit convicted me of cheating. For
Yeah.
example, there was a time I was addicted to chess.
I remember.
So it meant that
Just for the record.
Oh, so you remember when you were cheating with chess?
Yes, I remember.
okay, I will stop attacking Pastor Victor. I will focus my attention
I
on
will
this
hold
guy.
my peace.
There was a time I was addicted to chess, which meant that time, in relationship and in marriage, there is time that it is your wife's right for you to give.
Yeah.
Like, there are some things that they are her right. Being available is her right, as it regards the covenant that you cut. When you say, I will leave all others, my body is yours. So what you said in that place was not just your body, your time, your attention, your resource, your intellect. You're saying that I'm available for you. But then when you take that entire package and you give it to another thing or person, I believe you are cheating. You are defrauding the tenets of that covenant.
In
That's
this
why I
your-
said everybody.
in this
cheats.
your context now, you are trying to let us know now that, I can say, I don't know if I'm talking for everybody, we love football.
Mm.
We watch football. And in our time of football, the best thing we want is for nobody to disturb. It can be you, a wife, a child, wherever you are. That 2 hours time for football is my time for football.
Mhm.
Am I cheating?
So this is it. This is it. There's balance, all right? So for example, I came back home with my wife one day. We had gone out to go and, do some things outside, and we came back and we needed to eat. And that week, I was playing chess back to back. And the problem is, if you're playing chess online, it's timed. So your entire attention is devoted to it. You don't want this person to win you. Do you understand? So we just got back and I started playing a game of chess, and I was walking to the room and my wife was going into the kitchen. And I went to go and lie down. And the Holy Spirit was like, Are you serious? Like, go to the kitchen. Even if you're not going to cook, sit down with your wife and talk. Give her the attention. Give her the time. So it's not saying that don't play chess, right? It's not saying don't watch football. But there is a devotion you give football that is cheating. Do you get me? There's a devotion you give football that is cheating. When you're watching, for example, now today Saturday, there are back-to-back games. There's no way you tell me you're a football addict. You'll be watching Arsenal, you watch Man City, you watch Chelsea, you watch all of those games. Whereas you are living, I don't understand. Why did you not marry a person if you're not going to give the person attention? So when you devote attention to for example, one of the commandments that God gave the children of Israel was, I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other God but me. That's an analogy. It's for you to understand that even in your relationship, your devotion is first to your wife before it's even to your habits and other things.
I think that to make it very simple and plain is that when you take a portion of something, whether time or presence or whatever, that is supposed to be for something, and you devote it to another thing,
Yes.
you have stolen from this person
To give
here.
another person.
That's
And
basically
that's
what
MMM.
cheating.
You took from Peter to
But that's the basic foundation of cheating.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
basic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we all agree? Because it's like you have.
No, I'm just learning, Yeah, but I think from what Pastor Victor said, and when he said it's centered or is gained from selfishness. Yeah. And listening to what my other Pastor Victor is saying,
Mhm.
I'm trying to put them together.
We know go finish this
But
podcast today.
I'm putting them together with a thought in my head, which is, yes, God can satisfy you. Yeah, bringing satisfaction to your soul and all that. But I don't think your wife can satisfy you in all those boxes.
Mhm.
Do you understand? So, in as much I'm trying to understand this and that, there's that point where people look for solace or try to gain from other things like football, you just said.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's sometimes why your wife will necessarily not bring you that nourishment or that satisfaction, let me put it that way.
Mm.
So how do you get to not be among the category of men that cheat?
Let me tell you one story. That I've heard a number of times, right? And it was about a pastor who had been in ministry for a long time, right? And then he had a program. He was, getting set and getting prepared for that program. And in the midst of getting prepared for that program, the Holy Spirit was convicting him to say, you are neglecting your wife.
Oh, wow.
So it means that you can actually, even quote and unquote, and don't get me wrong, you can actually use ministry, right?
Yeah.
Devote so much attention and time to ministry and forget the covenant that you cut across with your wife. So it's true that your wife is not going to satisfy you in everything, but there is that which is her portion.
Yes, I think that's where.
And if you take her
The
portion
answer
and give
comes in.
anybody else anything else,
Yes.
I feel like that's cheating, in my own opinion. That's how I see it. People use businesses. It's to satisfy a craving, right?
Yes.
When you cheat, you are satisfying something. There's always there's a need you're.
The self.
Yes,
that you're
it's always, that's why he
gratifying.
said it's rooted in selfishness.
There's a self that is being gratified.
You are gratifying the flesh in one way or the other, and you can use anything.
So what we are saying now is that
He's cheating.
I
No, no.
I
We are
can-
all cheating.
I can
And
have
from your definition,
the kind of mindset we should have
Yes.
going into marriage is my spouse first. So I can be watching
God
football and she going into marriage.
still God first.
Yes, in that case, that is God first, then of course, your wife.
Okay, in the context of what we are talking about,
Mhm.
does that
Okay, yes, I agree
okay?
with that.
So my spouse first, okay, after God. So let's put it that way. But then there is the part. What I'm trying to establish is that I'm watching football. My wife needs my attention. To hell with football.
I think, well,
I'm
there's-
doing something. My wife needs my attention. To hell with that thing because it's my wife first.
so
I think there's a sense of balance.
Is that what we
There's
are
balance.
the word,
because
the word
we
I'm
need to
looking for,
balance
the
it.
scriptural word is temperance.
Mm.
The Bible says that we should add, I can't remember the
Add
progression.
your faith, virtue,
Yeah,
virtue,
virtue.
knowledge, temperance.
Yes. So the point is, I even like the fact that it says knowledge, temperance,
Mm.
is that the temperance there is the ability to know when to stop something.
Yeah.
The measure, you know how to measure
Yeah.
everything and say, okay,
Yeah.
this far and not too much, right?
Yeah. Thus far,
But-
no further.
Yes. But while that is also said, is the fact that, like Pastor Axel has said, we must understand that God is the only being capable of satisfying our entire being,
Mhm.
right? And so I was telling Mr. Victor here that one of the ways that God will meet your physical and your emotional needs is through your wife.
Mhm.
He has given you, he said it was not good that Adam
Man
was
should be
alone.
alone.
So he said, I want to fix this thing. I want to meet this need. I give him a wife. But there's also parts of Adam that Eve cannot. She's not God.
Mhm.
Yes.
There's a part of the man that the woman cannot meet. But the issue there is when you don't have temperance to know that human beings cannot, until we die, our needs cannot be totally
Yeah.
met.
Yeah.
So even if
Insatiable.
football can meet a certain need, it is only for a few that time. You must define what the need is meeting then, right? Oh, a commitment to my fan club. I want to have conversation with my friends. I just want to enjoy or relax or have a good time, right? But I can't do that for the rest of my life. That's one. And so it also means that you must now place things in order of where they should be.
Mm.
Which one, after God, the next most close is your wife.
Yep.
So how much you now give to the next best thing will determine when you can say, I'm stopping this thing to
Yeah.
meet this next need.
Okay. Personally, I had one hack. I have one hack that I use. I'm a Man U fan.
That's
And you
sad.
guys lose a lot of matches.
That's
so-
very sad.
Sorry,
But it's okay.
So it's not interesting.
It's
to
fine.
watch.
I take it.
you don't have to take it.
I can rest on our past glories. So as a Man U fan, I know I have a match to watch on Saturday by 1:30. On Wednesday or Thursday. Honey. Saturday by 1:30. There's a match.
Coming up.
Man U is playing by 1:30 on Saturday. So from 1:30 to 3:30.
I will not be
Please.
available.
Then on Saturday morning, I was like, everything you want me to do for you. Tell me to start this. Remember 1:30. 10 o'clock, 1:30 or 1:30. so that my 130, I can have 130.
Mm.
Now, sometimes I get my 130. Sometimes nobody cares whether you want to do 130. What I need is what I need. But then the days I get my 130, she's not lacking because I prepared her for 130.
Yeah.
You get it? Sometimes she just watches with me.
Yeah,
I prepared
that's
her
another one.
for
Yeah.
130. So whether or not I've been able to bypass defrauding.
That's
her.
wisdom.
That's really
And
wisdom.
you
That's
get
See,
it.
we
God
have
gives wisdom
what we are doing,
to-
right? And I think we need to just trace our steps a little bit. What we are doing is putting a standard to what we call cheating.
Yes.
And this standard of cheating is actually pretty high from
Yes.
where we are coming from
Yes.
because we are actually Christian men. That's why
Yes.
we're looking at cheating. And the first thing that's coming to our head is not another babe somewhere. Let me give you a story. I was driving from, and I think I've told you this story before. I was driving from Benin. This is how it happened. So I had a couple of friends over, myself, Biama, and one other person, I think Uncle Uche. We wanted to go to Warri from Benin. I was living in Benin at the time. So we called the boat guy, just take us to the park. And when the guy came, his car couldn't open, right? There was child's lock and all of that. And then he opened it and then we came and we're like, why is there child's lock? So my children and all of that. Oh, great, you're married and all of that. He said, yeah. And then we started to go to the park. He was playing gospel music. I was just enjoying it. I just jokingly asked the guy, just carry us go Warri like this. And he was like, if you go pay, why not? That time the rules were very good. And he was like, okay. So we just said, how much is it? And he told us, and we're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was just going to be waiting in the park and all that.
Yeah.
And then he just called his wife. I was so impressed. He just called his wife and said, honey, I'm going to Warri. I'm going to drop some people. I'll be back home late and all of that. And we're so impressed. The journey was so good. We're listening to gospel music, having great conversations until we got to this Efurun, that bridge.
Yeah.
I noticed on the journey that his phone had been ringing and ringing and ringing. He was not picking. So at that time, I think he got a little pissed and he just picked and I said, I go call you now. I tell you, say I go call you and all of that. He now hissed and caught the call. What happened? He said, now my babe. Hey!
Did you ask him if he meant his wife?
Jesus! I said,
Different
After all the gospel vibes.
I asked him, I said, your. He said, no, now my babe now my child. He now said something. Plus, I was sitting in front with him, and then the two guys were behind. He now said something. He said, "It's normal now. Everybody, now the guys from behind. No be so. It's not true." And I find out that, to be honest, and this is my bias, right? That the devil is very loud, like a roaring lion. He's very loud. So when you go out into the world, you hear something like, everybody does it. And funny thing, yes, it happens even in the church.
Yeah.
True, right? But again, as we understand how virality works, virality works on emotions. Not everybody does it.
Let me just amplify
It's the amplification. Of course, the analogy, 10,000 flights every day. Let one crash. Everybody is going to hear about it. And the devil is very loud.
Yeah.
And this thing about everybody does it, in fact, it's starting to seep into even church people. They do harm.
Yes.
And it's a lie. So I was telling the guy, inside the car, he said, everybody, they do harm now. I say, I said, how many of us are inside this car? He said, we are 4.
And you're the only one
You're
that
the
does it.
only one that does it. That means 1 out of 4, 25% in this car. I said, if you go to a different setting, you will probably be 75%.
Yeah.
Or 100%. But in this setting, it's very evident that you are taking your statistics based off of where you are. So if you change where you are, there will be a difference. So it's not true. And I think we should talk about it. That is not true. Not everybody does it.
It's not true. Not everybody does it.
But
that is on the basis of adultery.
yes, but
So when it comes to emotional infidelity, because we have established that it's not just physical infidelity, there is emotional infidelity.
Yeah.
Okay. And there is even, I feel there is digital infidelity. Your DMs,
chess.
your DMs,
What's going on?
online games,
Are we finding one?
online friends and all. So we have chatting with somebody for a prolonged period of time that is not your wife.
So you're getting emotional solace somewhere.
You understand?
True.
It's infidelity. So we have established that.
The reason I went that way
We
is
are together
because
on
the
that.
standard we are raising was the standard of cheating as it regards devoting your attention or what is given to your wife to any other thing.
It was good to understand that.
It was good to
because
understand
I
that.
think the reason why that's important is that if you don't set that foundation, many
Every
people
other
don't
thing you
understand.
see.
Yes, every other thing would see. Many people don't understand why cheating is bad in the first place.
Mm.
I was thinking about just now that really, even in the relationship between God and man, and then his wife and him, those two relationships are based on covenants. So your relationship with your Manchester United is not a covenant.
No.
Are you even
Just
registered?
Yes.
You're paying that pounds.
But you get the point. So
For all the
you are
game
not
lost.
Your relationship is not a covenant. It's
Mhm.
not you didn't give them your life.
Yes.
Did you give them your life?
Mm.
No.
Uh-huh.
I actually give them my money.
They're called red devils.
But so the point is, if we don't make it clear,
I mean,
that God actually does have a standard.
Red Devil.
God actually does have a standard because of the fact
Yes.
that it's based on a covenant. Then every other thing that flows out of it, people do not understand the context, the idea that you're actually breaking a covenant when you cheat in the context of marriage.
Yeah,
yes,
you
that's
are.
true, that's
You
true.
are.
Yeah. So I think,
But I have a notion before we go into before we go into particular reasons why
Why
married
married
men
men cheat?
cheat,
Yes.
so that we can hit
Yep.
the nail on the head.
please, you guys teach me.
So I have a notion. I feel emotional infidelity is worse than physical infidelity.
Why do you say so?
Now, everything is not all about sex when it comes to marriage. Marriage is not all sex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is the companionship.
Yeah.
There is the support. There is you being there emotionally on our down days. You understanding when our mood changes. Okay, so we have those part of marriage. The sex part comes for only pleasure and reproduction. Yeah. So, but there is your emotional availability for your wife. Okay, so you are supposed to understand that to a point that any smirk she makes, any eyes she rolls, you know what it means and you can attend to it.
Yeah.
Many times we as married men, we find ourselves many times we are not there emotionally.
I agree.
Now, I had a colleague. This should be the second, third time I'm saying this story. He had a friend in the office that is a female friend. Okay, and then
Work wife and work husband. That's a thing.
That's a big thing.
But that's a thing.
But you know, they were not dating. Even if probably they ended up dating, but they were, because that is how it goes.
Yeah.
They were not dating. He was married, and then he felt in that moment that the wife was too demanding of him. So what it does is, I feel a certain kind of way whenever I want to discuss with my wife. Sometimes it ends up I'm not satisfied with the response I get. So when he has a problem, he goes to his colleague at the office. They discuss it. She gives advice. It got to a point when whatever the wife does to him, the colleagues hears about it. The day there is no sex, my wife is in her period. This period, nothing for me. They talk about it. They are not in a relationship. So he tells her she's his go-to person when he needs to talk.
She's his wife.
So at that moment, when the wife has needs, he doesn't even recognize it.
He's blinded.
He got to a point where all he wants to do is wake up in the morning, get ready, and go to work.
Because he wants to meet the
Then
other
immediately
girl.
gets to work, handle a little one or two things. He's in our office. I'm talking about a colleague of mine.
He switched places.
A former colleague
work
of
is
mine.
now home. Home is now work.
You get the story. So he gets back. He just wants to eat.
I can't believe that you said something that I liked.
Please continue your train of thought.
So that's in that period of time, he was not meeting her need emotionally, the need of the wife. And he took his own emotional needs that he would have given the opportunity for his wife to meet. He took it outside. And that led to dependency on his
the other
colleague.
person.
The other woman.
So dependency will lead to cheating.
Definitely. Adultery, yeah.
And that's
You
where
have already
adultery-
started
cheating.
cheating.
Yeah. So that was where adultery came into
So really,
the picture.
sex is just a consummation of
Sex
lot
is
of
for
cheating.
the
pleasure.
relationship.
No, a lot of cheating leads to adultery.
Yes.
Sex is the end point of like the
I'm
icing on the
telling
cake.
you, yeah.
Icing on the cake of the
There is
actual thing
there's a
itself.
lot of things that come into it before we talk about sex. If you bring two women to this place, they will tell you that they value the time the husband spends with them in the kitchen while they are cooking to gist
Yep.
than sex. They will tell you that.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
But
Is that
not
true?
all of them.
It's
They'll
my
tell
wife.
you
Pastor Axel, is that true?
That's what I'm
Tell me,
saying.
let me know.
So you know, we're talking about selfishness and satisfaction in this context. Yeah.
Like emotional infidelity, yes.
So there is some truth depending on sexual experiences. Yeah. So there are cases where the man's sexual drive is higher or the woman is higher. But in cases like that, it means if one of them is not able to match up, one person may be left hanging in a sense.
Yeah.
And when this is not addressed, yeah, it's because I think that's where it comes to why do men cheat? Yeah, married men cheat. Is that sometimes it may be the man with higher sexual drive. Yeah, so he's not being satisfied. And this happens when the other person is not ready to meet up.
Is it about being ready?
No,
But-
see,
But
so
I have
so,
a question in my mind to ask you on this your context.
so wait, let me finish train of thought. When I mean ready, I mean the Bible talks about keeping yourself to marriage. But in a society where not everybody do that. So people come together and get married while both may have different sexual experiences. But that's where, because we disobeyed in the first place.
Yeah,
Because if we had
yeah.
obeyed and
It's
come to
disobedience.
marriage
Let's put it out
with
there.
like
it's
that,
disobedience.
without knowing
It's
all
still-
those
it's
things,
still not normal.
then you'll be fine. But now both of you come with your own sexual histories. Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe, for example, now the man's sexual history is that he was even involved in BDSM or whatever the sexual history is. Yeah. His wife, and maybe he did not even tell his wife. That's another thing. Was he 100% in his own sexual history before they got married or even while they were courting? Did he tell her everything? Because now he can die in silence, not telling her everything. Yeah. While he finds that elsewhere. But what happens is, once he tells her everything, is she ready to see if she can meet up? Because there's a part where, as you grow together, I think you should grow in that aspect. So.
Mr. Axel. Mr. Axel.
Okay.
You see, when it comes to sex, yes, there's a place of compromise, like you said, but it's not on everything.
Okay.
You can't come into. We are all mature people here. You talked about BDSM.
You know that whenever they say that we are all mature people,
You want to say something
I want to
very
say I'm
serious.
not. I beg.
You can't be someone that has an experience as bad and devilish as anal BDSM,
Those are extreme.
and you
but-
want me to not adjust.
You shall just need healing.
I don't know if you get me.
I get what you're saying.
So, and you
But
now want
his
me.
point is very valid.
You want me to grow into that. You see, that is why, first of all, it is outright disobedience to not wait till marriage before.
I was
that.
going to say something about that and even this cheating.
and and then you come into it with an experience that you had, which you are not supposed to. You had that experience when you were not matured enough for it.
Yeah.
That's the point, because the Bible knows why. God knows why he marked
Yeah.
sex for marriage.
Yeah.
That's what I was sorry to cut you short. Is the fact that sometimes we take for granted that God is all knowing. And so
And
when
his
God gives laws
instructions.
and
Yup.
instructions, we reduce it to that instruction
Yes.
and not see the vast
From a broader picture. Yeah.
the broader picture in that context. For example, Ten Commandments, don't. We know is for a sane society.
True.
It's for sane human beings. That
Sanity.
first of all, you and your relationship with God is okay.
Yep.
Then you see the people around you the way you should see them. It makes it the ideal society before we start to treat each of the commandments and say, okay, sometimes while it's our devotion to God to obey Him, but it is most of the time for our good.
Our benefit. Yeah.
Do you understand the
I
point?
agree.
Like, it is most of the time for our good. All of God's instructions is really for our good. It's our devotion to Him when we obey them, right? But in the case of having all of that experience before marriage, it will damage you, deprive your partner of many things, and maybe put your partner through some form of trauma and trying to help you
Yes,
heal.
so, hmm.
Do you understand?
Maybe a
In the
traumatic.
case of even adultery, also there are many things attached where, well, you lose some form of. There's forgiveness, but you lose some form of confidence in. Like it leaves broken trust in
Yes,
a way.
yes.
It damages other families.
Yes,
So there's so many things attached to one commandment that we
That you
overlook
don't
many
know.
times. You understand? I
That you
was
don't
just
know.
emphasizing that.
So now we really go into why married men cheat.
But we didn't leave that.
but
We have not talked about your guy.
But we just started
See,
one.
I'm not talking about your
We're not
guy.
talking about your guy. Your guy that went out to, have
Okay, the office wife.
emotional entanglement
Yeah,
with
it's
another
not-
person that led to sex.
In the-
Because I have found this to be very, very prevalent that people get entangled. That's why
Yes.
you see secretaries
Mm,
and
mm,
their bosses, they have that a lot. More because there is an intellectual mingling. When you're in
Yeah.
the same industry, for example,
yeah.
I
Mm.
mean, Pastor Victor is into photography and all of that. He goes to the studio. He has staff
Yeah.
that are into photography. Once you guys have conversations, the conversations can be robust
Robust, yeah.
because you have similar interests. You go home and your baby is talking sustainability. Do you understand?
Wow.
Inside joke.
Don't tell me that.
Shots fired.
Okay, we know
We're
what talking
sustainably
about.
robust.
And she's talking sustainability. In your mind, you're thinking how to set the lights. But I want to talk to you about this, but that's not your industry. That's not your field. Sometimes it's ideal that we develop interest in our partner's field.
Yes.
But to be
Yeah.
honest,
It's
you
not
cannot
it's not-
develop
it's not always the case.
interest so deep into it. So
Yeah.
I feel like one of the main things that causes people to go on that tangent is that the first commandment is, I am the Lord your God.
Yeah.
You shall have no other
No other
God
besides-
except for me, right?
Yeah.
Once you begin to break that first core relationship with God, I'm telling you, you are on a highway to different other things that you didn't know. So the other commandments came after, I am the Lord your God.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So
actually,
there's nobody that has a stable devotion unto God that will tell me that every step of the way while he goes to cheat, there were no.
No drawing back.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
yes.
you had devotion this morning and you're on your way. Nothing is calling your attention.
Actually.
No, I feel like, first of all, the cheating starts with between you and God. You see, now I'm bringing another definition
See,
to cheating.
the truth is, what you're saying is fact. But then this guy got to a point, he didn't know when it deteriorated to that point. He didn't have the intention of cheating.
Many times we
on
don't
his
have the
wife.
intention.
But,
It starts
but
out
this is
as
where it
with
happens.
no intention.
Sometimes
But it's temptation. It was
it's
drawn
one
out
thing
of
for
John.
your partner to have interest in what you're doing. It's another thing for you to involve them in what you're doing.
So
Your partner might have interest. I know somebody.
yeah.
We had to do a lot of talking, me and my wife, for them to come around. The wife had interest in the business of the husband, but the husband does not want her around it. Madam, hold on. I will pay stuff for you. Go and do your own. What happens in my business?
My
To
business.
manage the home, manage me. Leave my business. That's for me to
It's my
manage.
business.
You get what I'm saying? So she wants to be involved, but she's not given the opportunity to be involved in it.
Mm.
That way, the man does not come home to now say, look at what happened at the shop today. Oh. Look at what happened. Most of it, what helps us is that discussion, that gist.
Mm.
If I come home from work every day, I download because she does the same. We download the day. There are times when I receive a message, I have gist for you. Something just happened though. And 2 p.m. And I'm already anticipating 5 now. There's that anticipated gist. I want to close right now. I want to close
get
right
gist
now.
wow.
I need to run home to listen
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
gist. Sometimes I can't wait for 5. I just leave my office, go to the waiting room, make that call. Madam, after
As e dey
waiting
hot.
happen, tell me the gist now.
As they hot.
You know what I'm saying? So if we are involved in our businesses, there is no point telling someone outside what you're going through. your first instinct when something happens, even when it's bad, is to first of all, I've said things to my wife that I was supposed to calm down first.
But you see, this thing is based
Reason
on
it.
availability, like he said.
That's what I'm telling you. We need to involve ourselves in our business.
See why what Victor said is very profound. That's the fact that it starts first with your relationship with God. So I'm thinking of something how that, as we progress in our Christian walk, we understand things better. And so in learning, the same word used for Holy Spirit is what's helpmate, right?
Helping, yeah.
So ideally, as a Christian, we understand and we know that the Holy Spirit is our personal guide, like my everyday body, right? Every phase, everything, even how to relate with my wife. My Holy Spirit is supposed to be that for me.
You don't know that yet, but it's okay. Keep going.
You understand? By the way, let me say something to you, Victor. I don't think people who are not ready for marriage should be married. So it means that I'm being prepared for marriage. It's only ready. It's only
you are matured enough.
You understand? It's only ready
was
people
that you don't know it by experience now. You know it by information. I don't understand.
Anyway, but that said, the point is that when we value that that relationship with the Holy Spirit, as simple as go home to your wife. Someone who does not have a relationship with God will not understand God's commandments. I think somewhere in Proverbs say, delight thyself in the wife of thy youth, right? There are some other parts in Songs of Solomon that
come on,
I'm not married, so I will not say anything about it. But the point is that because I have a relationship with God and I honor His word, I honor His instructions and commandments, when the Holy Spirit, that's when I give the Holy Spirit room to give me an instruction like delight thyself in thy wife. That jumps from just being a biblical text to something that I start to practice. Because I think that delighting yourself in a person is not automatic.
Yeah.
It's something to be worked at.
Yep.
So you might not necessarily have the inclination to want to discuss your work with certain persons, right? But if there's an instruction to delight myself, and this is how I live my life by that instruction, then I'm going to put in the work, the effort to bring my wife to the level where we can have these conversations, right? I'm going to intentionally shut down conversations outside so that I can have it with my wife first. You understand? So I'm saying it starts with that understanding. Because now we are saying that, it's availability. But there are some times where you are going to go against how you feel.
Yeah.
To try to be available.
Yes.
You understand?
That's the point I'm making.
So,
I feel, in my opinion, and this is an extremist view, this is my extreme view. There are things that, whether it's available in your wife or not, because of my covenant to her, whether I will never see it in this life,
covenant,
I am committed to this person and to this relationship.
Yes.
Whether she will never be interested in storytelling and media and anything, I'm telling you.
Yes.
So it's not even, because we're starting to make excuses as to why.
Yes.
Once I cut a covenant between God and between her, and I have given the Holy Spirit the opportunity to help me through that covenant, what I'm saying is, I have no reason.
Yes.
There will be logical reasons, but as far as this covenant is concerned, I have no reason to go and look for anything outside you.
Yes.
And I'm going to work at it, even if I wouldn't see it in this lifetime.
Yes.
That's how committed I am to this relationship.
Yes.
So whether you are available or not, do you know it's that kind of commitment a person can have, like Hosea, that a person will now cheat on you and you're like, no, I have a commitment. It's a covenant.
It was a covenant.
See, it's extremist, right? Which means that even if the person cheats, I have a commitment to my covenant.
You know the surprising thing? Even the unbeliever will say, God, they forgive person now. If I sleep with the woman, I will go to church.
Exactly.
Father, I go do confession. Father, go do... What makes him think that God will forgive him?
That covenant.
There's a covenant between God and man that says, I'm going to forgive you.
Yes.
We trust in that covenant.
Yes.
But why do we make excuses when it comes to us
in the same kind of covenant?
You understand? Why do we make the excuse that by saying that I have a covenant with this woman?
I'm telling you, but we can
whether she meets all my needs or not.
From reason,
am I going to
reason?
Am I going to go to that covenant?
We can go from reason to reason. She was not available, or she's not satisfying me sexually, or we don't have intellectual. We are not will I say, someone say I'm saposexual. We're not
Saposexual, yeah.
really connecting on an
Yeah.
intellectual level.
Yeah.
All of those things were there before you married her. Now, the only choice you had was the choice of marriage.
Yeah.
After that choice, you have no other
Yeah,
choice.
so-
You've
Wow.
got to be there
You
throughout.
have to
So-
carry your cross.
Carry it.
Carry
I'm
your
telling you,
cross.
and you will
carry
enjoy
your
it.
cross.
I have,
You must
I have the choice to still be made.
Carry your
I still have that
cross.
choice to
Carry
make.
your cross.
See, me and my
Oh,
wife used
yeah.
to do this banter. We were like, I don't choose finish. Like, you don't get what you go do now.
Yeah.
You don't get what you go do now.
But
See.
see the thing. Yeah, I understand because I think
Again,
we're-
I said it was
we're-
extremist view now.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a
yeah.
friend
No,
of
of
it's not
course.
extreme. This is supposed to be the standard.
This is the standard.
That's why I say supposed because it's not at the moment in the world. But this is supposed to be the
To a
standard.
very large extent,
Yes,
it's
but,
not.
but the reason I want to just bring it deeper, a different view, yeah, is yes, we are Christian brothers, yeah, we understand covenant. Some people don't, yeah. Some people may not be like you, yeah, having it in their head that no matter what, this is a covenant, so I have to, yeah. We're talking about why do married men cheat, yeah. So what I think, yeah, is there are different scenarios, yeah, which sex is one of them.
Yeah.
I just think we should talk about them, yeah. Covenant is the ultimate part.
yes.
Do you understand that? In
It
fact, that should
begins,
be
it
the full
begins
stop.
there.
That should even be the full stop where we
Alpha
end
and
this
Omega.
with.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mm.
But because some people may be watching this, and to them they may not fully understand him, because having a covenant first of all comes from a full-time understanding between your relationship with God.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you can even honor this one. Some people may not be there yet. Yeah, or some people may be there and be struggling with it. Yeah, why is he so convicted about this thing he's saying? Yeah, but before they get here, how they deal with every day, maybe as a married man, how are you tempted? Or as a married man, how are you not satisfied by your wife? Or how is she not giving you all
Yeah,
that?
those are the
Yes.
reasons that we give for cheating, and that's why I want to come with this thought for you guys to look at. Does the choice of a partner, because I've seen people say, "No be she, I for really want marry," but now because as at that moment there was something she was doing,
Yeah.
she just I had someone that I really love.
If you're there, then there's problem.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I really love, but that person was not really there.
If you're there, there's problem.
But this one was there. I can't marry him.
There's problem.
You understand me? So
Yes,
now you don't marry him now. You can't remember where your love was before, or where your love is, because it's a matter of ease.
Yeah.
So is there a problem? Can it come from a choice of a partner? Because I've seen many people, I've spoken to people that comes to meet me like, give me an advice. Actually, I thought in marriage I will learn to love my wife. But I found out that really, it's not like I'm really attracted to my wife. Just that she's very homely, she's domesticated, she can take care of my home
Right
very
dog.
well. but I'm not sexually attracted to her. There's all those excuses that I've actually handled situations like that. So it's a problem as to the choice, that choice you're talking about, who you want to make the covenant with. We have to be discerning enough, matured enough,
Thought enough.
taught enough
I'm telling you.
to make the right decision.
I'm telling you. I had 3 options when I wanted to get married. All the 3 options, no. As I'm saying this time, they see this podcast, they will know. I'm telling you. But I was taught enough to know the voice of God.
You get the story. So now, one of the reasons that I've seen is the choice of the one to marry. Before I got married to my wife, I was dating someone, and
Yeah,
she had a
Speak for yourself. I'm not
she
dating
had
you.
she had a fashion.
Get this choice.
She was a fashion designer.
Right
She
now.
had this big fashion home.
Sorry, sir. I had 3 options.
Okay, 3 options.
She had this big, and one of our girls was always going to Shiloh then for life partner. And she met a guy with money, doing well, but the guy does not give her attention. And one day I went to see my girlfriend then, and I was at the shop sitting down. Like, I was asking the girl, this guy, not be who you go marry, you love him. And the statement that came out of my mouth was, see, not be love, they decide you want marry. You feel love. Inside marriage, now they love, learn how to love person. So you can love, you can marry anybody, and you can, without being in love with the person, and you, after marriage, you start falling in love with the person. Now, that was our mindset.
Biblical is correct.
Actually,
Biblical is correct.
Wait, now, that was our mindset. But we found out in life that most of the time, there needs to be an emotional attachment with the person. You need to be attracted to the person. The person needs to find for your eye to fit take you towards that part of intimacy with the person.
Okay.
So one of the reasons that I've seen they've
I
given
know, right?
is in the choice of the partner.
Hi guys, my name is Esther and this is my husband Benjamin. Welcome to Young Christian and Married Podcast.
All right, Young Christian and Married Podcast is a platform that deals with the young, the Christian, and the married. So we cover both relationships, but how we grow and get better in our Christian lives and our walk with God, and how we build successful marriages. That is what we cover. So you don't have to be just married to be part of the Young Christian Married Podcast. If you're believing God for a partner, and also if you are looking to do better in your walk with God, this platform is for you. God bless you.
And please comment, subscribe, share, like, and press the notification button. So whenever we have a content to share, you are always the first to know. Thank you and bye.
Yeah, see you in the next episode.
Exactly.